And welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and my opinion. Those of you that watched my update last night know that my thoughts on the Bitcoin market being a leading indicator for the way the dollar would go this morning, and thus more than likely the S&P 500, is coming to fruition. You can see that last night Bitcoin, as it was putting on that bear flag, was then rejected off of the 30,061. We've hit this blue Fibonacci circle. We likely have more bleed out now as we have a full bullish divergence almost on the 30-minute EMAs. We see a lot of exiting volume. RSI is trying to get a bounce, but I just want you to take a look at the DXY now. And of course, the DXY is going to have to possibly retrace in some capacity. Let's take a look and see what's going on, because this is going to help us understand what's going to happen on the open of the S&P 500 this morning. This is something to continue to keep an eye on. So as you can see, the dollar has now put on a bull flag. It has gained the 20-day. It is in the middle of a bullish divergence on its EMA lines. It has completed the cup that I said it would more than likely complete, and the question is, do we consolidate here and continue to move up and complete a larger cup at the 102.14? And that is probably a likely scenario. Let's take a look at the 2-hour. The 2-hour is looking, RSI might get a bounce. There's still room to run on the RSI. The MACD could ramp up again easily to the upside as this consolidates, flags, and cools out here in between the 101.542 and the 101.836 on the US dollar. So keep an eye on that. Look for it to possibly complete that 102.140 cup. And of course, if that happens, that of course means on the S&P 500 that we are going to be headed down to fill possibly some of those gaps we discussed in last night's episode. As you can see, pre-market, things aren't looking terrible, but with the dollar beginning to move up, I would imagine some smart money is going to be moving out of here. We're going to lose the 20-day, probably the 50-day. I think we're going to definitely come down and double tap the 407.63. It could be a full-on bleed out all the way down to fill the gap at roughly the 401.33, 401.57. So keep an eye on that. And then we'll have to see if the dollar, after it finishes this retrace, what it decides to do. But that gives you an idea of what's going on in the market, so you can make your choices. Now, remember, they really liquidated the longs on Bitcoin with this move on Bitcoin. Now you have to be careful if this is any type of market maker activity. You're going to have to really watch and see if they are now going to potentially liquidate these shorts. Now, what I'm thinking is we may on Bitcoin finish that cup at the 29.25570 or the 29.50662. And when I say cup, I mean this is an upside down cup, obviously. So that's something to pay attention to. If we lose that, it's going to be a fast ride down to that channel between 28,067 and 28,395. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling this morning. If you enjoyed this video, if you get something out of it, if it's helpful with your market analysis, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. We will see you next time on the Market Wolf.